Yo, so what's going on, guys? It is Pone. I wanted to put up another video log today to give you guys a real talk. It's been a while since I've done one. Apparently a topic has provided itself for me today. So let's cut into this, shall we? Now, understand it's going to be controversial. It's going to be based around racism and hate and hatred, so on and so forth. So if you guys really don't like that topic, take the opportunity to right now, go up, click the little X in the top right corner. Just forget about it. For you guys that may be sensible, want to understand that this is my opinion, that's fine. I mean, if you want to think I'm some greasy little white kid that just doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, you're entitled to your opinion. But understand that I don't give a fuck. And apparently that's something that a lot of people have not learned how to do. They need to teach some I don't give a fuck classes somewhere, because that's what our people in our country really, really need to do. So let's start into this real quick. Number one, we're going to cut into what I did yesterday. I made a joke in one of my video logs saying it was like hot as Auschwitz. It was just like a joke. So a little insensitive, yeah. A little wrong, yeah. A little funny, yeah. Some people think it's funny. I mean, you see that kind of shit on Family Guy. You see stuff like this all over the place. People that come to my channel know that I say some fucked up stuff, some stupid stuff, somewhat racist stuff. I mean, I'm not a racist person because racism is just stupid. It's a stupid thing to be, a stupid thing to have. So let's talk about something real quick. Now, the quote, I got a message. I woke up and I got a message from this dude right here. We're going to call him hater number one. So number one says, being racist is how this is titled, by the way. Hey, Pone, I'm a loyal subscriber and I loved you, no homo. Key phrase, let's put that around no homo. So apparently being homo is bad to this guy. So, but no, wait, I can tell he's just joking. I know, right? So, that racist comment about the Auschwitz thing in your amnesia video was, what? Funny. I recently visited the Holocaust Museum and I got the full experience. Think before you speak because you just lost a subscriber. A couple other people in the comments that said that was sensitive, or that was insensitive, that was wrong. A couple people were like, I'm Jewish. Please don't go down that route. Now, I know that was considered wrong or morally or whatever, guys. I understand. I never said I was perfect. I say some fucked up things sometimes. That's me, though. Everybody does. Everybody's guilty, so people to think they're above me for not wanting to touch on something like the Holocaust is that's just crazy. And understand that I think it's just extremely entertaining to know that this guy visited a fucking museum and now he's an expert on everything. So I'm going to give you guys a little story real quick. And this actually could defend your case and make it seem like what I said was even worse. But then I'm going to talk about racism a little bit. Now understand that growing up, I've kind of only had like one hero my whole life. His name is Murray Ebner. He's a survivor of the Holocaust. He actually survived from Auschwitz. The man lost his entire family before his eyes. He saw his family killed as he hid in a haystack. Another boy from another entire family was actually found in the same haystack that was sitting next to him, and he also was killed. So Mr. Ebner witnessed his entire family before him. His mother, sister, everybody. His brother got away and he came back to Auschwitz years later to find out. He's got a video. Maybe I can find it for you guys and get permission to show it to you guys sometime. But he's got a video where he went back to try to find his brother and family and what happened. And this is coming from a man that lost everything. Now, that's not what makes him a hero to me. It's basically, you know, it may be insensitive what I said. It may be wrong. But people need to learn to lighten up a little bit. This man lost everything. But what makes him a hero to me is he came here to America. And he didn't let it hold him back. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that to me is a hero. I don't know how. He's a much stronger man than I am. I don't know how I would go on living if I had everything from me taken away. Because there's no way to avoid that. There's no way to get away from that. And how somebody can overcome that's one thing. Now, the cool catch, the thing that makes this guy so amazing, and why I look up to him, is he gives back to the community around here. He does all of these crazy things. One thing that, you know, take for example the German government, which some people may not like to hear this. The German government somewhat sends him hush money. He gets, you know, checks like this so that he's not supposed to talk about it and blah, blah, blah. This money he gives off back to the Jewish community in around here. So he gives back to the community. He does this and that. He gives $100 checks like once a month to anyone Jewish in this neighborhood. The guy is loaded. He's got like complexes and apartment buildings around here. He's got a lot of money and he gives back to the community. Not to mention he's the nicest guy I've ever seen. I've gone to some of his speeches. I've sat down right in front of this guy and watched him tell me the story. I've seen the tears in his eyes. I've seen what's happened. I've read his book. I'm going to look to see if I can find a book and put that down in the description below. If I can find a place where you could buy it online. And you guys can check this out. So, before, Mr. Museum tries to think I don't know what I'm talking about, it's fine. So it may be that it defeats the purpose of me telling you this story. It may seem that I'm even more of an asshole because the guy that I've looked up to, the guy that I consider an actual living hero, was a survivor of the thing that I was making fun of. That was actually the camp that he survived of. And that may seem fucked up, but people need to understand that, and this is something that I think people need to just learn. And it's not something that I wish maybe just telling could actually fucking do it. People, if it doesn't directly involve you, you need to shut the fuck up and get the fuck over it. People are so worried about what's going on in other countries, what's going on next street, what's going on over there, and they're not worrying about the things that actually matter. They're not worrying about their family, the things that they can control, the things in their circle. We're too worried about what's going on in other countries and this shit right here. Focus on the things around you that you can control, things that matter to you, your wife, your sister, your dog, your goldfish, motherfucker. Think about something that matters to you. Don't worry about what some dude's saying on the internet. And now let's hop into the racism thing. Now let's sit here. People that try to say that I'm racist, you can go ahead and say, I make racist jokes. There's a difference between making racist jokes and whatever. So the dude, at the end of the video, I said, stay black. Just for a reaction, just to be funny, right? So I said, stay black at the end of the video, just like like an outro, like peace, whatever. So just doing that. Nobody gave a fuck about that, right? Nobody cared. Because they could tell I was joking. Now, the Auschwitz thing may be a little bit insensitive because people are so butthurt about that shit. So, I want to talk about racism. Racism, I think, is one of the most useless things in the world to be. It still exists. It'd be dumb to not think that there's not an area. I wish I could sit here and be like, we need to stop worrying about racism and start living in the gray. There will always be racism. There's no way around that shit. I'm just here to tell you that it's a stupid fucking thing to be. Now, me being a white kid may seem like, what are you talking about? What do you know about racism? I grew up in a solid black neighborhood. I didn't have white friends. I didn't know white people. I didn't know anything. True fucking story right now. You can judge me on it. I don't even care. My mom saved up enough money to send me to this Catholic school for my freshman and sophomore year of high school. First day of high school, I cried. Because it was all white kids. I never, ever have been around a white person in my life. I didn't know how to react. I didn't know. And it was awkward to me. And it's like, what do you mean? You don't even, know white people? And I don't know why it was such a big deal, because I treated them like they were, a different fucking race or different kind of people, or, somebody that wouldn't understand me or something like that. And I didn't understand white people. I know it sounds weird. And, I was still a kid at the time. But racism is a stupid thing to be. I dealt there. I was dealing with racism. I didn't have any of this shit, but people still act like, slaves and shit like that. People still act like white people owe black people things and all this other stuff. And I just it's new times. I didn't do any of that shit. Why do people automatically, if I say something goofy, people think I'm racist? And I think that's stupid. It really is stupid. It's stupid to have something. Motherfucker, they bleed. We all bleed. They piss. We all piss. Who the fuck cares if they're white, black, Hispanic, whatever? It doesn't fucking matter. Everybody's the same. We all want pussy. We all like Chipotle. Let's fucking get over it, right? It's like, people are too busy worrying about, shit that's already happened or things in other countries. Like I said, people need to worry about what they need to worry about around them. Now, I may not have dealt with things. I dealt with front race thing. I got made fun of, whitey, Casper, pale, all this shit. I got in fights in school because of that shit. Now understand, I got in fights. I busted this dude's face in while I was sitting in the guidance counselor skipping the class one day. Because he thought he was being clever, just walking by me and said, Casper. I wasn't having a good day. I busted his head in the door. Now, let's try to differentiate the two, just separate them for a minute and understand. Because he said a racial slur to me, he was trying to be racist. Call me cracker, Casper. He called me both of them. Do I care that he went racist on me? No. It was the way he used it. He was trying to insult me. He got hit because he was trying to insult me. Not because he said something racist, because I don't care about that. And I don't know if you know this, and most people should act like this. Anytime, another race calls me cracker, I laugh. You might get hit in the face, but I laugh because you're just trying to get a rise out of me out of a fucking word. Racism is just useless. It's a dumb thing to be. It's a dumb thing to have. Now, and everybody in them, despite how they were raised or what's going on, has a little bit of racism in them. They understand that other races do different things. I mean, there are things that you see white people do that the majority of white people do that, some black people don't do. You'll see a lot of things that black people do that white people don't do. You'll see a lot of things that Mexican people do and a lot nobody else does. But people don't care about certain things, and automatically people don't understand that white people just kind of get held back for a lot of things because they think, for some reason, and it's true because there are still a lot of crazy racist white people. I can't lie. But it doesn't mean we're all racist or we can't say nothing or anything like this. So, like, take for example, something that I see, just what happens. Say you see like, let's see here. What are we going to? We'll take an example. Like I was hanging out with my buddy one time. We used to work at this. I used to work at this little car wash thing. We had a couple guys in there. We had a Hispanic dude, we had an Asian dude, we had two black dudes, and we had me. So we have like a nice little pot of randomness in there. A bunch of little things. People got along just fine. We all got along fine. They call me Cracker, Casper, whatever. That was jokes. That was just us having fun. But there are also different things that you can notice, like in the real, that people don't care about. Like a Hispanic person could say something racist or wrong that, like a black person wouldn't even shake their head at. But if that exact phrase came out of a white person's mouth, they'd be all over that shit. It's the same way. I mean, it's like, I don't understand why racism still exists. Why do people let it get to them? It's just fucking words. Why ever should you let something, affect you? Like, this guy got upset trying to say I was attacking Jews and stuff like this. I know so much more than he fucking found out about the museum. I've talked to these guys. I've talked to other Holocaust survivors. People act like they know what's going on. But it's like, why bother being racist? Why being hateful towards gay people? While I was in that high school, I was in this little thing. It's called a GSA. It's called a Gay Straight Alliance. I was the only straight motherfucker in this thing. And there were 46 gay kids in this school. Out of 550 kids, about 1/10 of them were gay. And I had a friend in there. He ended up killing himself because he used to get beat up just because he was gay. He was gay, he was black, and it was like, in the world that we were living in, he was beat down because of racism and because of, just being hated on and judged. And I don't think that's right. Times have changed. I don't think that people are like racist like they used to be about whites, blacks, Hispanics, Asians, nothing like that. I don't think it's really racist anymore. It's turning more towards people hating on like religion and, sexual preference and shit. More people, gays getting beat up and killed and getting pissed off more than, like somebody just trying to be racist. Shit's changing, but understand that, never let somebody's words try to affect you. If they're trying to harm you or insult you, get at them. Go for it. But never let, the N-word affect you or, that's just weakness. That's fear. Don't let that. And the only reason I didn't say it right there is because I don't want my channel getting a strike on it. I ain't got a fucking problem with saying any of those words. I don't. But I don't do it out of respect. It's not nice. It's not nice. I've never ever called a black person an N-word. Never in my life. I've gotten in fights because some of my white friends have said it to other people. One of my best friends I got in a fight with because he said it to one of my friends when we were playing basketball. It's just one of the things that happen. I just don't think you should ever do that. And I'd like to say that, I'd like to see racism be gone. Because we are, in my mind, all equal. I mean, and even as people, not only as races, but even as people. Like, where some people, strive and succeed and excel, others may fail. I may be a great gamer, you may suck at it. You may be great at art, I may suck at it. I don't know. I mean, that's how shit works. So when people try to worry about racism and white and black, they just need to realize that shit needs to be gone. It's a useless thing to be. I mean, I don't know. So when you sit there and you try to call somebody racist, if somebody's being racist to you, they're probably just trying to get a rise out of you. Nobody really cares. We're living in a world where, I don't worry about if I see a black dude or something like this or anything like that. And I can see that too, because like my wife was around a lot of white people. If a big black dude walks by, my wife gets, like, she tightens up. She's not sure. And that's how a lot of white people are. And it's only because of fear. Like I said, it's always fear. Things that you don't know about, it's how it is. Like that first day of school that I went to, I didn't know white people. I was afraid of white people. How the fuck is a white person afraid of white people? It's because I don't know them. I don't know if they're going to be different. I don't know if they'll accept me. It's always fucking fear. That's the only reason why racism exists, is because of fear of somebody being better or fear of the unknown. That's the only reason why it exists. There's no such thing as being better. There is no such thing. So, with that being said, hopefully you guys understand a little bit more, something I wanted to touch on for a while. I didn't want to get too deep into it because I don't want there to be any issues. Now, be clear right now if you're still watching this video. Down in the comments below, I don't want to see racism comments. I'm going to block you straight off the bat. I don't want to see it at all. If you want to put your opinion down in there, if you want to say, fuck you, Pone, I can't believe that you're just like some cracker-ass motherfucker, I don't care. I honestly don't care. That shit's useless to me. but it still could affect other people. And I realize I made a mistake with that Auschwitz comment. It was fucked up. But, that's kind of what I do. I say fucked up things just to make people react. That's kind of what I do. And it may not be right. People got to understand, it was just a joke. There was no harm intended. It's not like I was aiming at a certain motherfucker. It's not. It's really not. So before people start worrying about other things, remember, it's just the one thing I want you guys to take away from this commentary is to, if you're racist or you got problems with white or black people, try to give somebody a fucking chance. Yeah, they look different than you, but you should never be intimidated. If you're white, you should never be intimidated by another race. You never should. Try to get to know people before you judge them. You definitely need to. And it's just from my experience. It's just what I know. So there's no better. Just straight up how it is. Whites aren't better. Blacks aren't better. Nothing's fucking better. It's just how it is. We're all people. We all like the same thing. We all make a living. We all try to support our family. The end. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the commentary. If you did enjoy it, remember to rate up the video. If not,